Hey, man, this is awesome. Ben, I'll let you introduce yourself, man, and then we'll jump right into her.
Yeah, hey, I'm Chris Osterman from the band Iron Kingdom. We're based out of Vancouver, BC, and we play traditional heavy metal.
I I know I noticed I was giving through while I was doing dishes. As I said, I was just cooking something to eat. Had your tunes on, man, and I was like, oh, I love this. Like, it takes me back to like when I first discovered metal.
Yeah, man, and that was pretty much it for us too, right? It's like the classics. We just wanted to bring it to the modern age, I guess you could say.
Yeah. No, you guys do a very good. You've been around for a bit. Got quite a few albums, couple singles out now, eh?
Yeah, yeah. We just released our fifth album, The Blood of Creation, back in November. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's what I was skimming through today while I was doing everything there, right? So
yeah. It's a fun one.
yeah, it sounds like a lot. I guess because you guys have that passion for that old school metal. I guess we call it now. I don't know. I'm getting up there in age too, right? So, but does it? It must be fun. Like it sounds like you guys are having a great time when you're on the final copy of the CD or the music. So
Yeah, I mean we play it because we love it, right? It's totally just a passion and we hope other people appreciate it. So yeah.
oh yeah, I've been working on a bus for another band there for when they hit tour this year. Had your every time your music comes on, I got that classic '80s kick. Do the air guitar, man. I love it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, we were just shooting the shit backstage there. You got a show coming up in July, eh?
Yeah, we actually just announced a whole tour of Western
Oh,
Canada.
that's
Yeah.
sick, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are, I guess, BC. Are you guys spread out through BC, or are you guys mainly in Vancouver there?
Yeah, we're mainly Vancouver, like some of the suburbs around Vancouver for the most part. Yeah.
Hmm.
And we jam in Surrey, but yeah, it's our bass player's out in Abbotsford or something. So
Oh, they tried to fly me in there. I just booked my tickets. I was gonna fly into Vancouver and then catch the ferry to where I was going. And then when I got my itinerary, they were like, "You're going to Abbotsford." I'm like, "That's 5 hours away from where I'm supposed to be, man. No way, right?" Like,
yeah, it sure feels like it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like
So,
Hamilton, right, to get to Toronto.
yeah, yeah, man. Toronto's a tour all on its own,
Yeah.
especially this time of year. You guys have been getting quite the snow that you're not used to, eh?
Yeah, I mean it hasn't been too bad. We just had like two pretty good snowfalls, but nothing too crazy. It only lasts a few days, so
Yeah. Yeah, it made our news. And so they were like, "Oh, look at
yeah. Look at this, British Columbians are scrambling.
right?"
Yeah.
Even I was talking to Dave and them, and they're all Arizona, California, and Spellgrinder even in Arizona. There, they got snow not long ago too, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it. I don't know. We got like a cold front recently, so
Yeah,
it. I guess it's kind of the time of year for us, though. It's usually January, February when we get snow. So
yeah, that's nice, eh? I
yeah,
hate the snow.
yeah. I don't mind it for a few days. It's nice to look at.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Like this morning after the big snow we got, it looks amazing. But it's not going to be gone tomorrow. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So your new tour that you're that you just finished announcing and stuff. Where all is it taking you then on the Western Front there?
Yeah, so we're doing June 9th at the Wise Hall in Vancouver. Um, and then we take a little bit of time off because we wanted to have a Friday for that one. So we're starting the tour on the Thursday, the 15th of June, and that's going to be Kelowna. Then we go right to Edmonton. Then we're playing Alternate Waves Festival in Medicine Hat. And then we head to, I think it's Calgary next, then Drumheller. Then we're all the way up to Dawson City in the Yukon.
Oh,
And
no way.
yeah, and then Whitehorse after that. And then we take or I think we have one day off, and then we're playing Prince George on the 27th, I think it is. And
Oh,
then Kamloops to finish it on the 28th.
That's not a bad little run, eh?
Yeah, it's 11 shows. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it are you guys like is it you got local bands or you got like bands that are coming for the whole tour too with you or
No, it's so most of the shows will have some local support. Arc and Fire from Kelowna is going to be playing our Vancouver show and the Kelowna show. And then there's a few other dates where we have just locals. There's a few dates like up in the Yukon. We just play on our own. We just play like 3-hour sets.
yeah.
But yeah.
Well, you guys definitely have the music to do that with for sure, man. So.
Yeah.
How do you when you got something like that, how do you even find the energy to do like a 3-hour set, man? Like
Well, I mean, they give us a couple like 10-minute breaks in there, but it's
oh
yeah. Otherwise, yeah, it's pretty insane.
so how do you even prepare to do a lineup? Either that we're just play everything we have basically, right? Like
Well, we kind of just like for a 3-hour set, we kind of break it into 3 sets, I guess.
Mhm.
And then what we do is we kind of create like a beginning and an end to each set, and then fill the middle with whatever we know, kind of thing. And it usually creates something, of a similar type of set we'd play somewhere else, but then you get 3 of them, so.
Oh, so that's cool, man. You guys mix
Yeah.
it up and
Yeah, play some odd songs and stuff, some stuff you might not expect. So yeah,
oh, that's cool. I wish I could get out there. I'm coming out in April, so I'm missing you by a couple of months, right? But
yeah.
that would be fantastic. The Yukon, I think, is probably where I'd fly out to see you, man, because I've never been to the Yukon yet, so might as well fly out and kill 2 birds with 1 stone, right?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, the Yukon's an interesting place. It's fun. It's a different vibe than pretty much anywhere I've ever been.
Yeah, right. So yeah, I was gonna ask you about traveling. Where's some of the best places you guys have gone and done tours that you just got go back every time now?
Well, I mean, the Yukon's always been a highlight for us. Obviously, like, you've got tons of cities across Canada that are super fun to play, like obviously Toronto and Quebec City and Montreal, Calgary, Edmonton, the list goes on. But I mean, beyond Canada, we've been to Brazil. We toured with Blaze Bailey. That was really fun. Every show was packed, basically. It was a great time.
Nice.
And then we've been to Europe a couple times, played some festivals, played some club dates. So we will be heading to Europe as well, actually, in October.
Whereabouts are you heading over there?
Well, so far the only date that's been announced is British Steel Festival in Fimes, France, which is like it's close to Reims, I think, or Champagne or something. It's in that region.
Yeah, I think you're right with Champagne there.
Yeah, and they so they announced Riot Act for that, where they're gonna play like Swords and Tequila front to back.
Oh,
and
that's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, and a few other pretty stellar bands. So yeah, it should be fun.
Nice. So, like, growing up and shit, then being kind of sticking to the roots of the old, like, real traditional metal in that sense. Who were some of your influences then? That because everyone's Slayer, Panther. Normally, I have heavy metal, like death metal bands and stuff, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
to get like it'd be nice to hear what you grew up on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, like I remember when I was like a kid, I was like 5, 6 years old or something. My mom played a bunch of Supertramp and the Eagles and stuff like that, and I was like, "This is interesting." I enjoyed what it was, but it wasn't. It didn't quite feel like me. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe there is something out there that's for me specifically. And then she threw on Deep Purple's Machine Head, and I was like, whoa, buddy, what's this? And I couldn't get it. I just listened to it constantly. So that was kind of where it all started. And then I started listening to Van Halen and AC/DC, and Metallica was a little bit later, and Scorpion, stuff like that. And then it wasn't until like around high school that I started to hear about some of the heavier bands, like I guess Judas Priest and Iron Maiden and stuff like that. And then I kind of went down the rabbit hole from there. But It was actually late in
Iron
the
Maiden.
those. Yeah, our
Yeah,
bass player.
there's oh so sorry, I'm just stretching my back. The fucking chair's killer. But so after this tour here for this year, you guys are going to Europe, you're going all over and stuff. Are do you have some videos? Are you having some time to check out some videos for us to check out and stuff, man?
Oh, like while on the road, you mean,
Or just in general, you guys are going to be so busy already. Like, do you have play? Like, are you guys doing other shit as well? Like, are you in the process of shooting some videos or something of the other?
Well, we released a music video just recently for the last album, "Queen of the Crystal Throne," I believe was the single for that, and then we did a lyric video as well with a bunch of live footage for "Sheathe the Sword," also on the same album. Um, so I don't know if we're gonna have any videos per se. We might do like a tour video or something like that, or
Yeah,
we'll
take a song from each night and have the
yeah. We might do something kind of like that. Like I know our drummer just got a GoPro, so we'll probably throw that around the stage as we tour and maybe make some kind of like tour video or something. But as a whole, like I mean, we've been writing as well, so we're actually just about to shift gears to prepare for the tour now. But we've been writing up until about now, and I mean, nothing. We don't really have anything together yet, or any times when we're going to
Mhm.
record, but we've got like 10 solid songs. A few of them have been wrapped up. And then, we're still playing around with newer ideas as well. So we'll see. Hopefully, we'll be recording by the, maybe beginning of next year or something like that,
Mhm.
as well as still touring this album, I'm sure. So,
Yeah. So with the recording, are you guys independent still, or have you signed on with anybody special, or?
yeah, we're still independent. Again, like, I mean, we've been offered some deals, but
Mhm.
any of the most enticing one, they've always fallen short in ways that we're like, well, it would be interesting to work with these people, but the amount that we'd have to give up in order to do so, just it never felt quite right. And we're like,
Yeah.
you know, I get it. Probably a lot less stress on us and stuff like that too. But when you have to put front so much in order to get so little back from them, I could be totally wrong. I'm sure there's musicians.
No. A, a majority of the consensus in our line of the industry, being the indie bands and the underground bands, it's it's totally 100% accurate, man. Like even us on our end with AP Records and the Boneyard teaming up, we're trying to put on shows now, and even to get the venues to be allowed to play our bands, like I'd be out five, six, 7 grand before I even put the band on stage, man. I'm like, there's no way I'm recouping that tonight, like, but
Totally.
it's like, holy fuck. Like, you come back and you're fighting back and forth over this and that. Everyone wants a piece of the money, man, but no
Yeah.
one ever thinks, hey, we got to pay the artists. They're the ones bringing the crowd, like,
Yeah. It's a tough one. It's you know, I think there might. Well, no, it's not that I think there might be. I know there is a place for labels still, but it's just
yeah.
for us. We didn't. I think had we signed immediately, it may have been worth it. But because we've just done the independent thing for so long, we're essentially running on our own. You know,
Hmm.
whatever we put out, we get the returns from that, and then we keep going. It's kind of a
Mm.
revolving door of we're just yeah
Give
we're
and take. You give to the
yeah
fans and they give it back to you, like,
exactly, and every year we see more fans and more we see the growth. It's slow, but we also see people getting super dedicated to it too. So it's it doesn't have to be with a label, I don't think,
no.
anymore. As long as you've got some good press and stuff like that, then I think you can make it happen.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Like, we just had I guess it'd be a month or two ago now. Empire, what was it? Empire. I gotta look at their fucking Empire, Age of Empire. Sorry, man. I gotta look at their calendar. I got their calendar right here, right? But they're 100% independent fan-driven band, and it
Yeah.
was a nice success story. It was the show. Hey, it's possible, man.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Mm. Yeah, they were fantastic. You guys are right along the lines. They were more of a Celtic kind of metal, right? But
Yeah.
right there with you guys as far as style and class of music, man. It's phenomenal, right?
Oh, awesome. That's cool.
I'm kind of, as much as I love my death metal, I've been expanding, and it just the music I keep finding just blows my mind. It's like a new genre every day. Bam,
Yeah.
bam. Oh shit, this is awesome. you
Yeah,
know.
that's fair. I actually, we just went to see Death to All last night.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a cool show, man.
nice, eh?
Yeah,
It's so good to see shows coming back to life again.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it's good to go out. That one sold out. I'm finding a lot of the shows are selling out. Like, you know, mid range shows seem to just be selling out all over the place, and it's really cool.
Mm. No, that's good because that just makes them get bigger and better and spread the word more and more, right? Helping the locals, right? Like you gotta
Totally,
think, like Metallica was a local band, had to beg to play in bars at one time and shit, right?
100%.
Probably out in parking lot before internet, handing out tapes and shit in the parking lots and like putting
Yep,
up posters everywhere, right?
yep, absolutely.
So do you guys have merch and t-shirts and stuff that we can help like buy and help support the band with?
Oh, buddy, do we ever?
Well, let's do a big plug right there. I always got to plug the merch. Always.
Oh man, we have like 10 different t-shirt designs. We've got chick shirts, we have tank tops, we have dude shirts, we have baseball shirts. We haven't actually announced anything yet, but we're getting hoodies made pretty soon.
Ooh, yeah.
Um,
Those are my favorite.
yeah, yeah, we're getting some zip up hoodies made, and we're doing like we're gonna get some sweatbands made too, which are fun. Those aren't available yet, but they're coming.
Limited time only, right?
Yeah, yeah. But like for the new record, we've got CDs, we've got cassettes. Vinyls are coming for that one.
Mm.
We have vinyls for some of our old releases. We've got all the CDs for all the whole discography, all 5 albums. There's patches, pins, stickers, magnets, beer koozies.
Oh, those are my favorite, man. Spring's
Yeah,
coming, baby. Like,
back patches, posters. I mean, we've got all sorts of stuff. So it's it's like when we show up, we take up like a whole table and a side of a wall.
no, that's always awesome to see, man.
Yeah,
What's even awesomer, like you guys probably sell your own merch at the table, like
yeah, we do. Yeah,
so you get autographs, buy the CD or the tape, right? Get an
yep,
autograph while you're
yep,
there.
100%. Yep, and yeah, and we do also have an online store. Well, we have two. We have the Bandcamp and our official website,
Mm-hmm.
iron-kingdom.com. So if you are
All
interested
right,
in something, we ship worldwide with that stuff. So
perfect. Well, after the show, I'll get you to send me those links over, and I'll put them up in the title, and then that's where you'll find them.
sick.
So, do you do a 9 to 5 grind, like, or music? You're strictly on the music now.
I wish it was just music, but no, so I think I'm kind of lucky because my side job is not really 9 to 5. It's just whenever I want.
Oh,
Not really, not to that
yeah,
extent, but I
yeah,
pick
I
them.
know what you mean.
I get offered shifts and I say yes or no, and there's no real consequence when I say no. I work in
Hmm.
the lighting, audio, video world of concerts and events and corporate events and all sorts of things. So I do that kind of stuff.
So, yeah, straight into the business, basically, like. But
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of people don't realize that's still a lot of work, man. Like,
Oh, dude. Yeah, it's a ton of work. Like, you go to a show and half the time that gear, it was an empty room before you showed up. So,
hmm
you know, all that stuff was set up like that morning usually, and then it's torn down the night, like right the second the band gets out, you start tearing it down or whatever.
Hmm.
Or like from the corporate world, same kind of deal. Like you just show up in a empty room and all of a sudden these massive screens get built and there's a whole PA and all this stuff and it just appears and there you go. You know.
Here you go. Here's your slideshow, whatever it is you're
Yeah.
doing or presenting, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
so honestly, then you incorporate that skill, that set of skills when it comes to your live performances. Like, you add in
Yeah.
giant screens and have all that when you're rocking, man, or what?
Well, it's cool because I've got connections to some companies, obviously. So
Mm,
every again we'll either get a really good discount or even sometimes some free extra things from a company, and we'll throw it into our show or something.
mm,
Usually more of a Vancouver thing. Like our shows in Vancouver will usually kind of ramp it up with some extra stuff, and it just kind of it's fun, a little
yeah.
bit more of a stage show with that. But um, as a whole, I mean, I've learned tons of things from that industry. So we have a few extra things that we'll tour with as well. Like we have fog cannons and you know extra lights,
Yeah.
and so it's all kind of part
No,
of.
that's awesome though. Like, the live show is very important. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I for us that's where we shine. I think is if you see us live, that's where it translates. I think from a casual listener to like I'm in.
yeah, I'm going to buy a T-shirt and some patches right now. You know,
Yeah.
right? No, that's wicked that you guys got lots of merch, man. We always love buying it, trying to get a piece of everybody's this year. It's I gotta work 9 to 5 to afford all that shit too, though.
Yeah,
Right? Like,
it's
we're
fair.
working on some shit on behind the background with AP Records and myself, right? Working on trying to make it to live the dream, quit the job,
Fair enough.
and do this full time, right? But
That's
you never
fair.
know,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I mean, you got to dream, right? You gotta
Hmm.
have some hope and ambition, and
It can't be like, oh, this is it. You know, I'm done
yeah,
now.
yeah.
What do I do? You know, like,
I find so many people they'll like with music or I'm sure even with what you're doing, right? It's they'll start it, they'll do it for a year or two, and then they're like, I mean, that was cool, like, but I'm done, you know.
yeah,
And it's like they didn't even like nothing happened in that time. They couldn't see the growth or anything because there was no growth because you just started, you know.
yeah,
And then
yeah, right.
you know you might have had one really good show and you're like, oh yeah, this is amazing, and then you have a couple like kind of mediocre ones and you're like, oh, I don't know, man, this is rough. And then they just give up, and it's like, well, that one good show was because it was your first show and everybody wanted to see what you were doing, and
Hmm.
you know it's all about sticking it out and always working to improve, and then hopefully someday it turns into something real. So
Hmm. Well, it is real that the second you step on the stage, you know, it kind of
true,
becomes
but
real in that sense. But I know you that moment when, like you said, in Brazil, when you guys were down there and it was packed, there were like how many, like even 1,000 people is a lot of people standing in
oh
front of you,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I can only imagine how big the festivals are down there, you know.
Yeah, I think it was mostly like in the 500 to like 800 range, something in that range. The
Yeah,
show we were doing, but um, we we did do
that's a lot.
yeah, we did do a festival in Germany though. That was 2,500. That was a
Oh
big one.
wow, that would
Yeah.
be. I can just see it, like you know, when you stop for a second and you look up while you're on stage, right?
Oh
Just see
yeah.
the crowd as like one big unit, you know,
Oh
like
man. Yeah, that was insane to see that. It was yeah, I don't know. Just
humbling in that sense,
unreal.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just sitting there like, I don't know if I'm ready for this, you know.
Yeah, better be now, you know, you're standing there, right? No, that's
Yeah.
fantastic, man. I'm so glad to hear you guys have been like getting those festivals like overseas, and that's a big problem with a lot of the bands too, passports and being able to travel. I was just talking to Midnight Crow about having them come up here, and they were like, none of us, only I think the one guy has a passport, maybe two of them, but it's like, well, you can't play without the drummer,
Yeah, well, I
right?
mean, I find it kind of funny because if you're gonna be a musician and your goal is to tour, I mean, a passport should be your first step. Like,
Yeah, no, I
you know,
100% agree,
like
man. Like,
doesn't even matter if you have a guitar at that point.
hmm
You can't
like
even
even
leave.
before I got into music, my mom pushed me about my passport, making
Yeah,
sure I could travel if I would
yeah,
like she knew I was just gonna go wander the earth. You better have a passport, right?
yeah. Well, I mean, life is so much more full when you see other places. I think so.
hmm It does though. I always find it hilarious and go places and stuff, and you get talking to obviously people, and they've never left their town, no matter where they are, but they know all about the world. It's like I was actually just there like 4 days ago, but it's nothing like what you're talking about, man. Like, but go on, do tell. Like, let's hear it. I'll give you
Yeah.
your time.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I kind of feel sorry for people that feel that they don't need to leave. I'm not sure if it's, maybe I mean, you don't have to, obviously. Nobody has to
No,
leave their hometown, but I just feel like there's a lot to be gained from those new experiences.
even if you go and come back 5 years later, you know what I mean? Like, if you're still drawn to that place, then go back for sure. But
Yeah,
you should go somewhere and see other stuff
yeah,
at some point in time, right?
totally, yeah,
Like just the things I've seen and learned just from being all over. Like it go from where I used to think when I was 20 and shit, and then now seeing all that shit I was bitching about and being like, that's not like that at all, but to be able to
yeah,
grow, but it helps with the music too. Like your music grows, and now you become in
yeah,
the end a whole, as you said, the dream. You know.
it's true. Yeah,
So what time is it then? You're a couple hours behind us
uh,
or ahead of us? Fuck,
we're
I can never
behind. So
remember. You're
it's
behind, yeah, yeah.
11:25.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
getting over.
crush this off. Yeah.
Yeah, just getting over the hangover from yesterday.
Oh, nice. I ended up drove home. I had a beer while the van was warming at the end of the day. Just cheers. Fucking, I'm going home for a couple days, brother. Like, I'll see you. I don't know, Tuesday maybe, right? Like,
Mhm.
but yeah, I had fucking snowstorm. We hit that snowstorm coming in here, man, and it was like every time, no matter where I'm going, I'm gonna run into heavy rain, fog, something on
Yeah,
the way, man. Like,
yeah, it's fair. It's unpredictable. Well, I mean,
yeah.
it is kind of.
Well, even like up north there, when you're up in the Yukon and stuff, Northwest Territory, sorry, and whatever, doing
Yeah.
but the weather extreme from where you are now to go into there, like that's got to be.
Well, it's kind of interesting because I mean, we always go in the summer, so it's actually like we're gonna go on during the summer solstice. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, so the sun's not gonna go down.
no, I was gonna say I
Yeah,
was like that when I was in Alaska, even up in Thunder Bay.
yeah,
Oh, we work till it gets dark. Well, it didn't get dark till 11 at night, man. And then it's daytime at 6 in the morning. So it's like
well,
that's a long fucking day, man.
yeah. When you're up in the Yukon though, like, because we're gonna be there June 23rd, 24th, and 25th, and the solstice is on the 21st, so it's literally two,
Oh,
2 days after, and we're playing the weekend of it. And I can't imagine. I'm sure that place is gonna be packed, right? And
yeah.
you get out of the venue at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. and it looks like it's noon.
hmm
Like not maybe not noon, but like 10
It's
a.m. or something. Like
yeah,
you're just like
daytime.
what? You know, like it's just
Yeah.
slightly off the horizon or something. So
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be interesting.
I'll call you back, PG. My partner over there at the radio station and the
Oh,
record studio. Yeah. But yeah, I told him I don't have a show till 6, man. Call me back when you hear
oh,
back about we're working behind the scenes. put together. I shouldn't even say anything, but a pub crawl with
Oh,
a bunch
nice.
of local bands and stuff, right? So,
Sick.
but now I forget what I was gonna. Oh yeah, when I was up in Alaska, I got out of the bar. It was like 2, 3 in the morning, springtime. So it's like, like the day. It's like, what's going on, man? This is not right. Stumble to my hotel. Back, brother. He gotta have good news, but
Yeah.
he can wait. He can wait a minute.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So, are you guys planning on coming back and doing like a Canadian tour at the end of the year, maybe, or early next year or something?
Yeah. So I mean, right now it's tough because we want to do like the whole USA Eastern Canada thing
Hmm.
again, but it's really tough because the US has made their work permits more expensive, and they're talking about making them like even more, like by a long shot, like 250% more. Um,
Wow.
so we're kind of gonna have to see how that plays out, as well as see what offers kind of come our way, and
Hmm.
see if we can kind of balance the good and the bad, and see if we can make that happen. Otherwise, we'll probably do a cross Canada thing if the US is seems not
Gonna
feasible.
be doing, yeah, that's crazy, man. Like,
But
it's already hard enough to get, your equipment and everything across and your merch within like.
yeah, so yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. But hopefully things remain attainable, and then
Yeah.
we'll do hopefully a US and Eastern Canada thing.
Oh, that'd be awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, too bad you're. I was like a couple months early. I should have planned it out better. I should have been. No, I can't come until this day. By the way, we got tickets to go see Iron Kingdom, baby. Right. But I'm
Yeah.
sure I'll catch you, man. I'll catch you soon enough. Next year's going to be
Yeah.
the big year of traveling and hitting all the shows and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got to spend a year planning that out, man. Like, be here at this date, fly in, go to this show over here, do interviews with this band here, get all
Fair.
do a whole year of just following bands around, maybe.
Nice.
We'll
That
see.
sounds fun. Get a
Yeah,
camp van or something and go out.
I'm working on it. I'm thinking a minibus, maybe.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
there you
know.
go.
I'm
Yeah, that's
shopping
what we did.
around, right?
That's what we did. We have a little handy dart bus. 20
Oh, that's so cool, man.
Yeah, 26-footer. We just built a wall, have bunk beds in the front and gear storage in the back. It's cool.
Yeah, that's what we're doing there with Fortunate Losers with their two. They got the 26-footer, right? And
Yeah.
put in a little shower, a little kitchen, 4 bunks
Nice.
in the back, little lounge in the far back, right? And,
Oh hell yeah.
yeah, hung up the TV.
Yeah.
Double checked all the plugs, made sure it was all good, right? And,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's sick.
we're down to the final touches now, and then they'll be ready to rock out this year with it. So,
Hell yeah. So they're just bringing a trailer along, I guess, eh?
yeah, just hook it right to the back and away they go, right?
Hell yeah.
It's saves expensive on gas, but it saves money for the band in the long run on a bigger tour, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean it depends on what the engine is and everything. For us, like
mm-hmm.
we used to drive a 1980 GMC Vandura, and that thing, yeah, that thing sucks the fuel back, man. So
Oh yeah.
when we switched to the Handy Dart bus, like we got a 2001, and when we switched to that thing, it was like 9 miles to the gallon, and now 14, and we're like, okay, well that's like that's a
Mm-hmm.
worthwhile thing in itself, right? So
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially nowadays, gas is crazy everywhere.
yeah, I'm just glad it came down a bit. It was like 260 or something up like
Oh,
in BC for a while, and
I'm
finally
not
we're
even gonna complain. It's like $1.40 here right now,
oh
right?
man,
Like,
it's $1.90 here.
shit, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'd burn our gas stations down. I think if it went to $2 here, right? Like,
yeah, it was feeling like it.
yeah, no doubt. But man, it's been a pleasure. Once again, where do we find all your merch and all
Yeah.
your? How do we help support?
Well, the best place to find everything is our official website. That's www.iron-kingdom.com. And you'll find everything there, all the links and everything. But we have a Bandcamp. We've got a Facebook, Instagram. You know, we do have a Twitter. We have.
I think I'm on there too. I think it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
I think
really use
so.
it. You know,
No, I know we
I'm not.
broadcast on it. That's about it. I don't know anything else from there, right?
I'm not. I'm not really sure if there's a point anymore in that one. But anyway,
Yeah.
you know, we've got a YouTube channel. That's where you'll find all the new videos and stuff. But again, like the official website, you can find the links to everything, and we have separate pages where you can watch stuff on the site and everything. So
Oh,
yeah, that's
excellent.
the one-stop shop right there. And we have a merch site there and all that. And yeah,
Perfect, man. I'll get you to once we're done the show. Send me over that link, man, and I'll update the title. And yeah, sorry. Once again, I thought we were good for like 6 tonight.
oh,
I'm
good,
eating my
yeah.
bowl of KD. I'm like, you're like, I'll send the link a half an hour before the show. You're like, we're supposed to go. We're supposed to be live. I'm like, oh shit. give me a minute, man.
It's all
So
good.
yeah, yeah. I'll update the title after the show here, man. And
Yeah.
once again, man, once you got some new stuff, or if you're even on the road, let me know. We'll fucking go live from somewhere, man, while you're on tour or something, you know?
Sounds good, buddy.
That'd be cool, man. Appreciate it, man. Play it loud, play it proud. Once again,
Yeah.
check out Iron Kingdom, baby. They're
Yeah.
fantastic metal band, man. Like I'm loving it myself.
Thanks so much for